Hey guys, Luna here, and we are back after a couple days to you with Pesterquest. Last we left off, we had just befriended Rose with great power, and now we're going to go on to befriend Dave in Volume 3, A King's Feast. So there is there's a trigger warning of an abusive guardian. If that might trigger anything in you, please do not watch. Obviously, as in every Pesterquest, there's adult language, violence, and innuendos. So, let's continue on, shall we? So, let's go on to Volume 3. Let's be real. As much as you enjoy your new friends, they all seem a little lonely. Like, maybe they don't have any friends besides the one they talk to online. Happens sometimes. So, is an online friendship a reasonable alternative to a more traditional face-to-face friendship? Are relationships, and you dare to say the families that you choose not just as important, if not more so than those you are able to touch and feel? Then maybe being a little too real. Try not to think about it too hard. But if you're being honest with yourself, maybe you aren't terribly interested with the greater context of found family and interpersonal relationships in the instant message area. You've got a fever, and the only cure for this disease is friendship. Called friendship is to mildly inconvenience a few teenagers. That's pretty funny, honestly. As much as a delight it is to make a young boy face his existential future, rob a woman of her booze stash, and then self-reflect about the value of contextual relationships, it's all a little bit heavy-handed. What you need is an emotional palate cleanser. There are 2 kids left on this tour de force, and both sound like they make exquisite friends. I'm to go on easy mode here. You heard so much about this guy, and you feel like you got this one in the goddamn bag. With confidence, you zap yourself onwards. What am I looking at? Oh, already here. Wherever here is, it is blistering hot. You nigh instantaneously regret your choice of apparel. Why did you instinctively put your hoodie back on over this robe gown? You the mailman or mail person? This must be Dave. Rose mentioned he talked a lot, and you start to explain it becomes apparent he is having a conversation at you, not with you. Wow, it is unbelievably humid. Person adjacent. Anyways, Egbert told me how you show up eventually, which I never doubted for a second, since one of the core tenets of the United States Postal Service is that you visit 4 extremely specific and spread out teenagers while sweating all over yourself. Practically a crime not to be increasingly moist while out here delivering letters on the roof of a skyrise, which, as you know, is the most effective and legal way to drop off the post. Clamier than a New England potluck and wandering around on the roof with no package. Is it actually really cool how much this kid seems talking, but you're barely listening? Has the sun always been that red? Has the sky always been that wavy? You alright? You are hardly alright. You tug at the collar of your soggy mess of a hoodie. This is an overwhelming, oppressive heat. An almost impenetrable air fills your lungs as you try and take a series of shallower and shallower breaths. The world fades to white. As no AC is a pain. When you wake up, you're sitting propped up on a cheap futon in front of a large television. A rough approximation of a person does an elaborate series of controlled falls accumulating in what you can only describe as skateboarding for assholes. You left Dave exists in a quantum state in both somehow sitting and laying down, but also neither. With the precision of a Swiss watchmaker, he defiantly presses a series of buttons that makes the awful polygon man on the screen T-pose and fall face forward into the ground. Seconds later, his skateboard flops helplessly next to him. He doesn't look away from the screen as he speaks. So, guess he lived. It's not that I'm invested, but John might be sad. Classic John. Try to emulate his incredibly casual body language as you slide your body down the futon. Your legs are already barely reach the ground. Yeah, that guy's a dork, but I taught him everything he knows. You ask him if you taught him how to be a dork. You affect a completely uninterested face as though the sickness of your third-degree burn is not the single most exciting moment of your entire life. God damn, owned in my own house. Owned within an inch of my life. I'm on the edge of reaching out that hand of friendship, and this chucklehead, long live the king's me. Thousands of gazelles trample my useless body as Jonathan Taylor Thomas persona watches on. Where is the Simba now? Who's going to teach him about combat? Philosophy. Life. By the way, I put your nasty sweatshirt in the shower. Shower? Is that the shower? Yeah, it smelled, so I tossed it in there. In the hot water. Thank me later. Won't someone need that? You don't want to put anyone out. You're already taken up so much of their hospitality. You also don't think that's how you're supposed to wash clothes. Nah, my bro's out for a while. Happens sometimes. Probably puppetly related. He avoids the laundry minefield by opting for the nuclear option, though you guess that makes sense. There are a lot of puppets around, which strikes you as extremely normal and reasonable and not even a little bit whack. Yeah, puppets are real. End of story. Should close the book on that one. Time for the Betty Buys, kid. The man about to get his 8 to 10 on snug as a bug in a fucking rug. Tuck the fucking tight as can be on his way to Slumberland. Nemo who? I never fucking heard of him. Shit, hold on. He sits up to fish something out of his pocket. Palm a phone. He gets a phone from his pocket. You're not sure what you're thinking. As a perfectly normal human being from a 100% real and tangible Earth, you know what a cell phone is. What is this? That a first gen? Yikes. He ignores your jab and we pretend not to be reading over his shoulder, though it probably could not be more obvious that you are. Hi, did you meet the mailman? My god, we've gone over this time and time again. How do I ever put this in terms you can understand? Have you ever met a mailman in your life? Even in that shitty Costner flick you love, the dude has the decency to at least wear the outfit. I knew you watched it. No, I never waste my precious time watching even a single one of the Z-lit garbage you try and wreck me. I'm just stating stone cold facts. I just read the outline and browsed a few review sites to see what people are saying. I don't know, it sounds like that probably took a lot more time and effort than just watching the movie itself. What I'm saying is that this isn't a mailman. I don't even think it's a person. You have thrust a person-style entity into my life under a alluring guise of a parcel delivery. And if I'm understanding right now, this clown isn't even very good at an account of how bad they buckled the delivery that mattered. At least La Londe had the good sense to be skeptical of this absolute fucking tomfoolery. Be a dick, the man's cool. John, I cannot stress this enough. You wouldn't know cool if it bit you right in the ass. Can you imagine? No. The dopest person you've ever met chomping away just really gets up in there. Ice cold and ear deep. What the hell are you talking about? Try to keep up, but this will be on the quiz. He looks uncharacteristically startled as he glances back in your direction, find you only a few inches away, adamantly reading his private conversation with a friend. Jesus Christ, you're like a cat. How? How much you did with that, did you see? You definitely didn't see him having a playful, flirtatious chat with a longtime friend, that if that's what he's asking you. David desperately tries to refocus his game or Jinx. He makes his character, who you can see he's named Tony Cock, do what he described as some insane flips and shit. Masterful. There's nothing at all flirtatious about two bros discussing. Yeah. Just being straight as 2 hours who are also straight. I mean, how would that even work? It wouldn't, that's how. That's all there really is to say about that. You reassure him that it is okay to be honest about his feelings. You're not here to judge him. John seems very nice. They would be cute together. Together? Like how? No, don't tell me. Actually, don't give a single shit about this line of thought. You might not have picked up on this, but definitely 100% not homosexual. Pretty much crawling in moist, voluptuous holes on the regular. Wait, holes are real? Yeah, holes are real. Right, and they're damp? Shit, it's like I gotta start with at square one with this this butthole. What school do you go to? The other astonishment you feel at this earth-shattering revelation sends your consciousness for a spin. But you manage to see off yourself. This isn't your first tough customer. You tell Dave that hose is a gentle neutral tone. Anyone can be a hoe if they believe in themselves. Hoe-like behavior knows no limits, no master. Despite just learning that there were real moments ago, you're confident that to be a hoe is to be free. It's pretty dope, I guess. It's not. It's not like I've never thought about it. I mean, the ironic payoff, obviously. Can you imagine the look on his face? His best bro coming up to him with some dire news. Look up in his eye. Look at him, eyes red with tears. I put a hand on his shoulder and say, John, not to alarm you, but I'm gay now. Now, your clueless dipshit wives are finally won me over. No, that sucks. His speech has become even quicker than normal as he stands and paces frantically around the apartment, completely abandoning his poor Tony. I mean, this is pretty hypothetical. If I liked anyone, which I don't on account of being too fucking smooth to tie myself down, it'd probably be another one of my friends. You don't want to know her, she's not from around here. So that basically means I can't have a thing. For John. He's closed. By unanimous decision, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. Oh, he's flustered! Oh my god. Me. Seems like he's got a lot to think about, and maybe this is a little heavy for the first meeting. You already feel emotionally exhausted. No fucking way. We're in this for the long haul, partner. We're entrenched in this shit. You and me are fighting on the front lines. World War I. Troops are spilling over the embankment armed to the teeth with various literature and pamphlets. I'm already learning so much about myself. Is that good? The enemy is at the gates of my sexuality, and our support is nowhere to be seen. If I don't make it, tell my wife or maybe husband I died like I lived, completely ball in every conceivable way. This conversation train has not just gone off the rails, but is crashing headfirst into the nearest village. Just some unsuspecting hamlet fallen prey to this out of control ride. This is no longer a conversation you have any say in. You desperately look around for the room for anything else to talk about. So, puppets rights? Oh, no. You fucked up, mailman. You opened the floodgates of introspection. Your balls deep in the Discord waters, and there is nobody to blame but yourself. You stop spacing to look contemplative. His voice slows to a mumble. Is he still talking to you? Does he still want to talk about this or not? It's nearly impossible to tell. Okay, now hear me out. Do I have to come up with a gay name now, or can I just still be Dave? I'm thinking Gave, but let's not kid ourselves, that's the name, it's your choice. Obviously, my full title would be Gave Strider Tick Rider. Okay, that's enough. There's gotta be a better way than this. You're so tired. So, my hoodie is in the tower. Dope. You're definitely the sort of person who says dope often and casually. You tell him, dopely, that you are the person who is not caught up in the small details of decorum or personal property. In fact, it doesn't bother you at all that he took your only worldly possession and tossed it in the shower while you were unconscious. What's some light corpse looting among bros? Okay. Well, while it dries, you can wear one of my bro shirts. Usually has a fresh stash in here. Nope. Tight, sick. Nothing weird about hiding some shirts in the living room. You're just gonna have a look-see? Holy shit, there's a lot of puppets in here. Yeah, dude. Puppets on. Enough said. My bro's got the market cornered on puppet-based endeavors. Backed up against the wall like feral beasts hissing for more plus-oriented contents. Little guy's probably just scared. Just wants to protect its nest and mouth-to-mouth feed its babies only the choicest puppet smut for a reasonable fee. In fact, is that actually any of that mean? You look back to Dave, but he's on his phone. Goddamn, this is cool, actually. There's something weird about this whole setup that you just can't put your finger on. One, you can't seem to find any secret shirts anywhere. That's all just plushies, puppets, plushies, and DJ equipment. Oh my. Yeah, with my bro, you can have to think a potential ironic payoff. That guy always is one step ahead. Just when you think you got it figured out, it was all just some trap to make you think you've gotten it. It was goat. But that goat is long gone. Just makes you just think maybe there's never a goat. Maybe it was some other barnyard animal all along. You've been duped into looking for a goat like some dumb asshole. Maybe the goat gets you really subvert the whole thing. You take a second to wonder if he is really using the term ironic correctly in this instance. By dictionary definition, yes, a goat getting you is the opposite of how the situation goes. Thank God you settled that. As you are about to reassure Dave that this joke tracks, you catch some movement in the corner of your eye. Is that a camera? It couldn't have possibly been a camera. Oh, nope, there it goes again. There is probably a camera coming out of the ice dispenser. Whirl softly as you approach. Is its mechanical eye trained on you? How long has this thing been watching? Is it Dave's? You lean and take a closer look, but your foot catches on something. You fall flat on your face. Dave seems to be too engrossed in the conversation he's having on his phone to pay you much mind. Occasionally mumbling something out loud a few times before it's presumably typing it out. You search for whatever it is that made you beef it so royally, you know. Beef it, like fall down. That is a real phrase that humans say. A small tripwire stands taut a few inches off the ground. You must not disturb it enough to set off whatever contraption it's attached to, apparently. Yeah, sometimes they're more of a psych out. You think, oh fuck me, I definitely beefed it with, which is a phrase that's real. You sit there waiting, bated breath, prepared to be fucking deep in Brady marinade. And it never comes. You just go the rest of your day just waiting for the payoff from your dipshit mistake. And it never comes. You wake up in cold sweats for weeks yearning for a release that will never find you, and it hits you. You've been fucking bamboozled by the master yet again. There's no elaborate booby trap. No Rube Goldberg device set to enact a series of complicated shenanigans, ultimately resulting in being buried alive in Kermit the Frog. I'm not finishing some of those sentences. Beautiful, really. Bro, damn, you live with it like this? I mean, yeah, I guess. Keeps me on my toes. Feels never even met the ground. Prima ballerina with a head full of dreams and nothing to lose. God's gift to plies, ripping a straight nasty Torah lair for my adoring fans. They go apeshit for this sort of thing, but it's just another day in the life of a dinosaur extraordinaire, Dave Strider. I've been falling for a chap like this since I was a baby. Trains. Real rookie mistake, man, looking tired, maybe. Trains. Oh my god, is he mumbling rapping at you? This is the greatest day of your life. Got more than a puppet lost and found. He try drops the illest fires, cause heavy is the crown. Rhyming puppet like the puppet. Call that puppet rhymes. Killing all the ventriloquists. Puppet on puppet crimes. He goes on this for some time with what could be described as bars of a similar caliber, the narrative focus shifts to your inner thoughts out of necessary because it turns out writing raps is really hard. He isn't exactly great, but you're not really a rap expert despite what your social media opinions might imply. Unless you count Hatch to Dance, which of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Wait, what does that mean? Why did you think that? The whole scenario feels a little weird and familiar to you. All of these kids feel familiar to you. You learn something new about Dave and you feel like you already sort of know it. You can't place it. Despite having met Dave no less than half an hour ago, something feels slightly off about him. Something about his actions feel so performative in nature, like he's pantomiming in front of an audience. As Dave continues to rap, you remember that you are in front of an audience. Cast a glance over to the camera, but also to the hundreds of little creatures staring at you with their lifeless eyes. And this your revelations. You check back in on Dave because I'm getting paid to write this, so I should probably make with the fucking jokes already. Master of my tool, and I'm the ace. Hardware. Got more holes in the gardener. Yard care. Nice. The chaotic and surreal energy of the scene sends a shocking nervous energy down your spine. You feel alarmingly nude without the comfort of your familiar warmth of your sweater. There's something about it that grounded you, something that felt like home. Dave concludes his masterpiece with an elaborate series of yeah and uhs, just as you see the camera turn away from him ever so slightly. Yeah, there's a little dot, like a little thing there, now it's gone. Ever so slightly to focus on something else before retreating back into the ice dispenser. It almost makes it look like a little bashful. That's kind of adorable, actually. Despite the fanfic you've written in your head about a cool kid and his new best robot friend, the reality of the situation sets in. You have yet to make friends with this character, and all has kind of felt surreal and weird to you. Maybe it's time to zap back and hard reset this continuity to try again. What does that mean? Feels like I'm missing an important part of this puzzle here. Oh, did he hear that? How does that work exactly? Sometimes you just narrate what you're thinking. Kind of ball and move. Why has nobody called you out on this before now? You put your hand on the counter to stabilize yourself, and your fingers brush up against something candidly polo, just barely poking out from beneath a pile of discount plush nobodies is neatly retail folded shirt. And sure, I'll wear the shirt. Obviously, you're going to put the shirt on. You don't want to be the only one not wearing a cool shirt. You need some privacy? Not sure where one layer on you ends and the other begins. Doubt the audience cares. What? Oh, you guess being on camera like this is kind of fucking whack, you say. So pointedly, your sprite even shows up for a screen for a second. Yeah, that's right. We went all out for this one. You're wondering if there was a place here that wasn't under constant surveillance. Like, how does this kid take his shit in peace? No, everyone thinking it. Dope, that line of questioning that I'm sure the public at large is eager to know the answer to, but my room isn't wired up, no. About to get you fired up, though. When you introduce multiplying with maybe not the second. Right, damn. You accompany Dave down the hallway to this room. You hear the shower as you pass the bathroom, and you peek in to see your hoodie, the nice gown on the tile being uselessly wetted by low-pressure steam. Welcome, by the way. Dave motions you to go in first, giving you privacy you need to change an extremely starched polo shirt and nothing else. This collar will not go down. This is absolutely what someone in 2009 would think as fresh as hell. Look around the room for a bit. There are so many things in here. This would be a 13-year-old's wet dream, but to you it just seems a little much. You feel like this is a bunch of things someone thinks they should like. Let the fan art reflect that you're put the shirt on at this point. There isn't a mirror in here, but you can tell that this is someone out there, an idea out there of a look. The door opens and Dave is standing there, but not walking in. You just leaned up against the door frame, sipping a juice. Where'd you get a juice? What the fuck? Always juice, my guy. Always juice. What, you don't keep foodstuffs stashed around your house? What do you do when you get hungry? No, that's not it. You usually just keep them in the fridge or whatever. Too obvious. Somebody up this useless clown. You're sure, Dave, that you haven't met many clowns in your day, and only some of them were useless? Name one. Can't. Why'd you just say that? Clowns are awful. Everyone knows this. Guess he just got you there. No, despite the overwhelmingly plush decor of the rest of the house, there's a distinct lack of puppets in here. That's more Barboth's thing. Not that they aren't deliriously sick, just a whole hospital ward full of the illest children you've ever seen, each one more up to the pup than the last. Up to the pup? Yeah, pup. Like puppets? To be honest, it doesn't really seem like his heart's in it. What do you mean? Well, it's just that he doesn't really seem to be all into puppets. He's more like a little performative. Well, I guess I got my own stuff I'm into. Like, if I rank it to 1 to 10, I'd say puppets are probably a solid 7. Got the kids on the ropes. Just one more push. In fact, even go so far to say that puppet thing sort of sucks. It's extremely weird. The cameras, the hiding things like an animal, it all seems a little, whack. For a while, he just seems to look at you, almost as if he's setting you up. There's a long stretch where Dave doesn't break eye contact with you as he finishes his cute little juice and crumbles it up. He takes an ambitious shot at the trash can and misses by about 7.5 feet. Damn, I could have sworn I had game. You're throwing me off, mailman. Yes, that is correct. You're a faithful employee of the Postal Service. I mean, definitely believe you, but let's say I didn't. Let's say I had a cool friend who, even though they're cool too care to care about the details like this, they're a little skeptical about this whole situation. Maybe they just want some proof you were who you say you were, before they just let you in any closer to their friends. Just throwing that hypothetical out there. What proof could he possibly need? Say the oath. What? The oath. The mail oath. Look, the thing about it is that unless you really aren't a mailman. Behind his sunglasses, Dave's eyes shift so slightly to what might be even described in a less immediate harrowing situation in a moderately priced-looking mall container mounted to the wall. You realize that maybe this isn't the best time to come clean about your impeccable ruse. Can't believe you managed to put yourself in marrow peril yet again. You wordlessly chuckle and shake your head. Oh, the situations you get yourself into, haha. Dave, not privy to your private thoughts for once, looks on. Why, of course you can't recite the mailman oath. You say it with a confidence that is misplaced as it is unfounded. Perk up. Now that maybe it's your time to shine. Maybe it's the popped collar, but you're feeling good about this one. You got this. You have lied to tons of kids. One more and it'll be smooth sailing from here on out. You open your mouth and there's a brief moment where everything feels like it's going to be okay. You immediately start sobbing and crumble into a disgusting mess on the floor. Uh-oh. Fuck. Oh, wow, okay, Jesus Christ. You're not real big. Right. You're not a real mailman. You never were. You don't even have a real mailman outfit. You're a fraud. You don't even know how much it costs. Oh my god. Jesus, just okay. It's gonna be right there. Dave squats down next to your deflated body and pats you a little awkwardly on what he assumes is your shoulder. You say you're sorry you tricked him. You just wanted to impress him because John said he was so cool. It's fine, I guess. Fuck, dude. Get a hold of yourself. He tries to get you, but you are desperately clinging to his shirt, confessing everything. Confessing to made up crimes you'd even commit. Look, my guy, we can't make mistakes. Please stop whatever this is. I'm pretty sure you're harmless. I don't even think you killed anyone with your ass, or were you an accessory to burning down an alien mall, or whatever shit you just... Oh my god, because it's true. Yeah, you kinda got caught up in the moment. You just started to make up shit. You asked Dave if he's mad at you. Nah, dude, get up. Dave helps you back up onto your feet. You come clean in an only slightly more controlled and dignifying way this time. Explain that how there are huge gaps in your memory and that It's that you somehow ended up in these abilities that you traverse space, time, and sometimes even reality itself. Dave doesn't say much for a change, and doesn't seem like he's listening at first, but you think maybe he just has one of those faces. Let me get this straight. One day you just appeared in the suburbs, no memories except that you have some mysterious teleportation power. You dig through some unsuspecting chump's mail looking for clues, and just through some ridiculous universal happenstance, you just so happen to stumble upon the most gullible fucking dork in the universe. Befriend him. Also, I'm there via text. Egbert gives me a list of friends to visit. Out of all of those choices available to you, myself included, you go to see Rose first. Rose fucking Lolanda. Even though we built up such a good rapport when I told John you weren't a real victim. Damn it. Caught it, by the way. Your first instinct is to visit the most heavy-handed of all of us for some light kinship. A power move, I guess. Man out here wave dashing for friendship. Keeping space and neutral for old Strider, huh? Won't even back into the corner and spam your range attack for the D-man. Strategy in 2 acts. Both acts are title betrayal. You definitely understand what's being said, and you absolutely don't have to ask your friend what some cool video game words are. You're 100% not pulling the boat as, how do you do, fellow kids, the world has ever seen. Besides, is that really the thing to be focusing on right now? You're fucking Rooney, man. Of course it is. Nobody's more important to me than this. They say that the most humans only use 10% of the brains. That's because I'm using 90% of it to think of, how dare you? So, anyway, you really can go anywhere. See anybody you want? Sounds nice. For all but a moment, that act drops, and you see the corners of his mouth tighten a little. The fading afternoon light filters through his sunglasses at just enough an angle to see his eyes shift over ever so slightly toward the window. These subtle movements would be surely lost on most if you weren't so focused on trying to read him, or even just slightly further away, you may have missed it yourself. There is almost a loneliness in his voice. It must be hard to live here by yourself, so far away from the people who care about you. It's possible that you've been so focused on trying to blindly make friends that you've forgotten that then in front of you is a real person, living person. You can't help but wonder if there's really something you can do. You said you can take people with you, right? Like you could teleport John around. That work with anybody? This is it. The path to this is kid's heart as clear as day. Fuck what you just said now. That friendship juice is so close you can practically fucking taste it. Try not to look excited, affecting Dave's cool persona as you say, fuck yeah. You can take people with you. You scope out your fingernails just because for some reason that is what you do when you're acting cool. This works to the full extent it can coming from someone who is not but 7 minutes and 32 seconds earlier was rolling around on the floor, damp with their own tears. Did you have some place in mind? Yeah, I mean, I got some ideas I can bounce off you, I guess. How do you feel about... Shh. With a swift finger to his mouth, you cut him off. He doesn't seem to like that very much, but you still consider that it a successful maneuver. There's no need for words between friends. You just know where he wants to go. You think about it really hard. Think about where you want to be, Dave. Think about it. It's just really important to you. Think about what you really want. It'll all be more magical this way. Friendship is magic, after all. You just made that up right now. Don't look it up. Damn, guess that's true. He closes his eyes and puts a hand on your shoulder. This is it. Putting your trust in the magic of friendship, you focus your power there externally as much as you're able. Flashes of distance, but somehow familiar imagery courses through you. The quiet stillness of the suburbs, the smell of the forest, the heat of the apartment, the ocean breeze. You extend it outward as much as you're able. This is his rodeo. You're merely the... vehicle? The fuck? Oh, fuck yeah. The two of you stand near a sign that says, "Please wait to be seated." A very cheery hostess has a brief exchange with Dave and ushers the two of you to an open table. Oh, hell fucking yes. There's no mistaking it. About to get my fucking motherfucking breadsticks on. This is absolutely an Olive Garden. Oh, fuck yeah, it is. When you're here, you're a family dog. Well, you're still new to this. You really can't seem to detect any irony in his voice. You thought for sure you would want to go to see his friends. You thought you had it figured out. First and last mistake, my man. But you'll learn. I'm a mystery. Got that history. Fucked with this pilot. My flow so hot they leave you fucking blistery. Radically ambiguous. My rhymes continuous. At the OG with my homie where the breadsticks are continuous. You know what the fuck it is, you just let him go for a while. You don't even know if the last one rhymed, but fuck if you aren't charmed by this little bastard. You lean back in your chair and just absorb it all, sitting in the worst restaurant imaginable with your new rapping teen while the other patrons do their best to ignore his incredible rhymes. After a short while, Dave abruptly stops freestyling and you open your eyes. Oh fuck, you know what time it is? No, your Sprite doesn't have a watch drawn on it. It's breadstick 30. No watch necessary. Fuck on me, I love breadsticks. Never talk about it. It's a very real hidden character trait that nobody knows about me. Well, that sounds like a very real hidden character trait that nobody knew about him. Apparently not finding this out now because of a series of seemingly unrelated events that possibly changed the continuity of this universe, allowing these sorts of otherwise narratively unimportant traits to shine through. Wow, he's really going to town on this. Maybe this is what friendship needs to be. Spending some quality time, FaceTime with a solid bro and just absolutely decimating some bottomless breadsticks at a bad chain Italian restaurant. I like Olive Garden. Maybe the real lesson here is that friendship doesn't have to be a grand gesture or a high adventure. Maybe they're real friends. I understand you're having a moment, but I'm absolutely going to eat your breadsticks if you don't stop talking about what friendship means to you. Yeah, man, whatever you want. Get the bread, son. How are we gonna pay for that, though? I don't think either of us has money. I'm not gonna wear the shirt. Actually, you think you're fine as is. No need to shake it up with another outfit. We'll have to eventually pay someone to draw. Let's take a second. Reel it in for a little bit. What the fuck is going on here? Isn't this, like, really messed up? No, it's messed up. Is how you deny my hospitality like this? Offer you someone else's property that you have to find hidden among countless life corpses. This is the things I get. Real cold, my man. Damn, maybe I'll wear the shirt to protect me from this chill. Enough, okay. Like, why isn't he in school? It's the middle of April. Spring break, bro. Besides, I only subscribe to the School of Hard Knocks. Also, several YouTube channels and periodicals, so huge deal over here, actually. You know, he isn't really like this. You know he doesn't like living like this. Oh damn, is that true? What am I like? Apparently we got the foremost expert in Dave Lore here, PhD in Strider Dynamics. It's the first day of school and I'm here in class eager to learn. Got my pencil on, my freshest fit on. Got my dope new chopper keeper with a Lisa Frank dolphins on it. Look at them here with smiling like assholes. One blue, one pink, so no, it's not gay. Or bastards don't know the cartoon. Saddest story I've ever heard. And the little camera's back out again. The little camera switches its focus from Dave back to you, gauging your reaction. Ignoring it, you assert him that you aren't trying to say you know him, it's just that. About what? Okay, clearly you struck some sort of nerve here, but no, good. Tell me more about my situation. Really have been spending time with the Rose, haven't you? Got me all freaked out? Don't worry, you gotta look at the Wikipedia article from abandonment issues, or whatever, I can wait. Despite how flat his voice is coming out, his body language has made a telltale shift. He's standing leaned up against the back of the futon, his hands are in his pocket. Almost seemed like he was sulking if you weren't so convinced he wanted to kick your butt. Yeah, I saw a little bit of movement too, right over here. At the edge of your vision, you sense movement. You didn't catch it extremely, but you're convinced it was there. Look over there and there's nothing to be seen. Perhaps another hidden camera? There is something unsettling about being watched this whole time. To the left this time. There it is again. Every now and then your eyes just catch the faintest presence of something moving just out of the sight. The whole place feels like it's faintly shifting around. Yeah, Cal. Amid scanning the room, a particularly fucked up looking puppet catches your attention. These little shits are everywhere, but this awful little man stops into your heart just for a moment. His cold eyes pierces you. His placid smile judges you. You look at it as briefly as possible, if for no other reason than to know how unsettling it is before looking back to Dave. What the fuck? What? Oh, that's just Cal. He's standing like a full size of a person. That is freaky. Cal's the realist. He certainly seems real to you. You could have sworn he just moved around on his own. Yeah, yeah man, he does that. Don't think about it too hard. See, this is what you need. It's not that deep. Like, I know you got some hero complex or something, gonna swoop in and save these kids from themselves. Bad news, kid. That's not what this is. Heroes aren't real. John, I understand, but fooling Rose too? The insane tricks this guy must have pulled. Dave has shifted his weight forward. While his voice has not risen from a below mumble, this is enough for you to tell that maybe you should back off. This friendship thing is tougher than you thought. You're still on about that, huh? Look, I'm no expert in friendship, minus the fact that I absolutely am, but you ever think that maybe coming into someone's home and fucking with their day-to-day life is a little rude? Just a hypothetical. As per normal, I'm stoic and unbothered by this turn of events. Stoic bastard in the... Wait, did you just say stoic? What? Oh, yeah. Stoic, like unmoved. Does he mean stoic? Yes? Oh, please, you've done it now. You weren't trying to embarrass him. Oh, jeez. He's so adorable when I love this little face. Like, ugh. You try and comfort him and say that it's okay if he's never heard anyone say the word before. And maybe he's only seen it in text. Frowns and goes quiet. This does not seem to be helping. It is completely shut off now. You try and bring up the puppets again. No dice. You even pretend to be super jazzed about Cal or whatever his name was. Seemingly shadows stepping around the apartment. Wow, so cool. Nothing. Dave takes out his phone and begins texting. Is that about you? Beans, is he telling your new friend about how much you beefed it? This could ruin everything. Jeez, Cal. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and this is the most desperate time you can call. A friendship is on the line. Cal continues to phase in and out like a poorly animated anime character moving so fast you can't keep up. Take a few steps towards Dave. Got to get him out of here so you know where to take him. About half a second into your stealth mission, you clumsily step onto a puppet and make a pathetic squeak. Stops for a second, but after a few moments returns to texting at the speed of sound to whoever is on the other end. Cheese and crackers, you can hear the note of... Whoever it is responding back. Can't waste any more time. You teleport him silently as you can. Besides you, Cal disguising disgusting body limbs haphazardly on top of a shelf. Is he done? No time for this. You slowly reach your outer hand. Time to get out of here and fix this. A larger dart hand grabs you by the wrist. You turn to see who it belongs to. It belongs to a muscular man in pointy sunglasses who you wouldn't exactly describe as a twink and not exactly a hunk, but certainly not a bear either. In fact, why don't we talk about it for several... Oh, shit. Before you can begin your extremely important debate, you're flung unceremoniously out of a high-rise apartment complex window. As you free to fall, you think maybe you was more of a twink. Downfall. We're going to end this episode of Pesterquest here. I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives. May the stars forever guide your path wherever it might lead you into the future. Bye-bye, everybody.